Hey guys, we're back with more jazz theory. We've been talking about the minor blues scale most recently, and we're now moving on to a related concept. Related concept is the major blues scale. So instead of minor blues, we're talking about the major blues scale. Again, by default, all your blues scales are going to be minor, but every so often you want the major blues scale. How do you make the major blues scale? Well, I'm glad you asked. All you use is a 1, a 2, a sharp 2 or flat 3, depending on how you want to spell it, a 3, and then a 5, and then a 6, and then that brings us back to 1. It looks like this if we're in the key of C, major blues, if you will. We got 1, we got 2, we got, I'll do sharp 2. I'll squeeze it in here. Sharp 2. You got your 3, you got your 5, you got your 6, and you got your 1 right there. Super easy. Sounds like this. Sounds like this. There we go. Major blues scale. So this is one way to think of it. You just take this 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So it's like the pentatonic scale. If you take the pentatonic, standard pentatonic, major pentatonic if you will. You take 1, 2, 3, and then your 5, 6, right? But then you're going to put a sharp 2 in here, or a flat 3. Go ahead and put, sharp 2, not a sharp 3. Go ahead and put that in there. So it adds another note in there. Otherwise you have your pentatonic scale with an added sharp 2 is one way to think of it. How does this relate to the minor blues scale? It does really, really well, actually. If you make the minor blues scale, all you have to do is start on the 6th. The relative minor of C is A, so all you have to do is the same thing here. If you start on A, you get A. You take all the notes the same. 1, 3. I'm sorry, 1 minor 3, so this is 1, and then your flat 3. Then you got your 2, which turns into the 4. The D is the 4 there. And you got your D sharp, or E flat. You got your sharp 4. Or you could have a flat 5 if you wanted. Then you have your E for 4 or 5. And then you have your flat 7. In this case, for A, this is going to be just a G natural. Right? These are the same notes. So you have your flat 7. So this is minor blues, or just the blues scale. And this is major blues. So this is very, very simple. Very, very related. This is just like the modes. In fact, you could arguably make more modes, which is kind of the extent I want to do today. So how do you make more modes with the minor scale? Very simple. All you have to do is start on different chord tones. So instead of starting on 1, this could be major blues Ionian, if you will. And this doesn't really exist. Like, there's no real reason why you would start on the 2, why you would start on the 2nd scale degree. But you could. And how do you make it make sense? Well, you make it make sense like this. You just say it's related to the blues scale. And maybe this is called blues Dorian or something. You just make it up, right? And you end on the same note you started with. So you got your 1, should I even do this? 1 sharp 1? This is just weird. 1 sharp 1, 2, let's see, that would be a 4. Then you got your 5. Then you got your flat 7. And you got your 1 again. I think that's all correct. Okay, let's see if this sounds okay. Right, and then... Right. I think that's right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Go ahead and yell at me in the comments. It's okay. Let's see. We'll use green for another one. So you could say this, if this is Ionian. This is just kind of spitballing here, but bear with me. So this is Ionian. This would be Dorian. If we keep going around, so this would be Ionian if you start on 1. 2 would be Dorian. This could technically be Phrygian, although this is weird that you're not starting on 3 for Phrygian. This could be Mixolydian or Lydian, depending on how you want to talk about this. Maybe Mixolydian. And so the minor blues would then technically be the major blues. You could call it, if you really, really wanted to. One possible name in the whole grand scheme of things. Major blues Aeolian. Just use your modal terms. And the only reason I'm calling it Aeolian is because Aeolian is the 6th mode, and we're starting on the 6th scale degree. Just like that. This should be a treble clef. Okay, so this is how you guys can take concepts that do exist. The major blues, There we go. The major blues scale does exist. The minor blues scale does exist. These are concrete things that are pretty much standardized as far as jazz goes. But you can take these ideas and make them more interesting. You can then make music that revolves around the second scale degree of the major blues scale, for example, and then you make up this scale, and you use it, make music out of it. What your main chord would be a D chord then in this case instead of a C or an A, right? So you can make music work this way. Again, if you want just scale degree numbers, why not complete the whole pattern? Let's go ahead and do that. So we got, this is just weird, guys. I'm sorry. This is going to take me a second. Anyway, we got, whoa, I wanted orange. We got D sharp. We're going to keep our notes the same. No, we're going to go with E flat because it's going to be an easier key to work with. E flat, we got E natural. It's just weird. No, we did this already. No, we didn't. Yes, we're good. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, we got E, we got G, we got A. We got C, we got D, and we got that E flat again. Okay, so this is 1, this is 1. Bear with me here. This is going to take a little bit of ingenuity. So this is sharp 1, or you could go with flat 2 if you really wanted to. Flat 2. Let's call it flat 2 just to keep ourselves sane. Here you have, in the key of E flat, G is the normal 3. Then you got A, which should be flatted in the key of A flat, in the key of E flat, but it's not, so this is sharp 4. You got a C in this, that would be a 6, right? And then you got D, which would be a flat 7. Am I doing that right? That doesn't seem right. Just a 7. Just a 7. There we go. And there you go. Maybe this is called Phrygian, or what's between Dorian and Phrygian, because this is technically on the sharp 2, flat 3. It's not here, it's not there. So what would you do? Phrygian? Half Phrygian? So my term for this scale is now technically blues half Phrygian. If you guys have a better name, if there is already a standard name, which I don't know if there is, but if there is, if you guys can tell me, that would be great. Go ahead and let me know. Let's keep going. We got, I think, 2 more of these. I'll put number 3 here. This will be the real Phrygian, so it's going to start on E. Then it's go G, A, C. I got the C again, D, and then D sharp. We'll make that D sharp, and then we got E again. Did I do this right? I got... Right. That sounds fine. Okay. This one. Let's see. We got 1. We got flat 3. We got 4. We got flat 6. We got 7. Flat 7. We got 7. And we got... Okay, so you can turn this into sharp 5, right? Turn this into sharp 5, turn this into sharp 6, and then that could be 7. Then you only have to work with 1 scale degree. And then this would be respelled as B sharp, for example. I mean, you could. This is, again, this is kind of a stretch, but do whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel good. Sharp 6 will be C double sharp then. And then you ignore these 2. Then you got 7 and 1 again. Okay, so maybe that's Phrygian. Super Phrygian. Real Phrygian. I don't know. Lydian if you want, because maybe this is Phrygian, this is Lydian. Make it make sense to you. What would you like? Is this Phrygian and Lydian? Because you don't really have a 4, so you might as well call this Lydian. So maybe this is Lydian. Again, I'm going to put a question mark, because what do we call this stuff? I don't know. Just the 4th mode of the major blues scale. And then you got 1 more here because we already have 6 there, so let's go ahead and do this one. I'm going to use a pink color, I guess. Pink for number 6. And maybe I'll color these in. So the white one goes with the white, pink goes with pink. 3 was... No, pink, white. Yeah, there we go. 3 was orange. No, it wasn't. Nope. This one is here. There we go. That's where I was messing up. No, this is 3. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. This yellow banana color. This is 6. There we go. The sharp 2, flat 3 is orange. Down here, and number 2 was the pink one. The other pink. This pink? Got too many pinks. It's not that pink. Sure. 2. And then 1 is simply the blue one that we started with. We can go ahead and color that in right there. Okay, so we're going to do 5. I'm going to change the color. I'm going to go with, kind of want to do red now. Let's go red. That'll work. Okay. Number 5 is going to be red. We're on G. If you bear with me this far, G. We got G, A, C. We got D, D sharp, E. No script, guy. We just make this up as we go. We got 5. This is going to be 1. So in the key of G, we're in the key of G. That makes it easy. So this is 1, 2, 4, 5, sharp 5, 6. And we got our 1 again. On 1. That's cool. Or on G, it would sound like this. Right, there we go. So very cool. You got different sounds here, guys. All different sounds. It sounds a lot like the pentatonic because it really does come from the pentatonic scale. We saw that before. You're just adding this other little note in there to make it a little funky. Otherwise, it's very pentatonic. And pentatonic is such a friendly scale. You can play like all the notes together on the pentatonic. If I play all the notes, it still sounds okay. So minor blues and major blues and just the blues in general is actually pretty tame. And that's why it sounds so cool. The pentatonic scale, if you use that, you can make music that sounds amazing, and it just works. Most of the stuff you want to play, even if it's like technically wrong, it'll still kind of work. Versus like if you play something wrong, if you're in the key, if you have like an A chord and you play B flat, it clashes a lot. You can't really get away with that kind of clash unless in certain contexts. But with pentatonic, there's all the notes, and even if I play another note that's a pentatonic note, it just works. It sounds fine. So blues scale is almost as friendly as the pentatonic scale. You can get away with a lot of stuff, and that's why jazz is so catchy, because it just sounds nice. It's really hard to make stuff that sounds not nice if you follow the rules well. But that's where I want to end with today's lesson, I guess. Today's lesson. Try out the major and minor blues scale. Which one do you like the best? What do you think we should name these? Maybe this one again was Mixolydian. Mixolydian blues, or blues Mixolydian. Mixolydian blues. I like that. Or you can do blues half Phrygian or something like that. Either way, any way you want. Any way you want it, that's the way you get it. I don't know. Whatever I'm saying. Anyway, like and subscribe if you think this is useful and if you found this to be helpful in any way. And I will see you guys next time. Keep playing and practicing and try this stuff out. Make it make sense to you. If you have any questions or comments, of course, put that down in the comments below. We will add to the discussion. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great week.